Okay. Good evening, everyone. How are you doing today? Good evening, online. Okay. I hope everyone are doing good. Online, can please confirm? Can you see my screen and can you hear me well? Okay. So yesterday I gave some task. What was that about? First, did you completed all your practicals? Okay, that is one thing. And what did we learn yesterday? Roles, Ansible galaxies, and also what's that? Asynchronous and pause, right? And also I have given you a task to set up Tomcat manually. Now at least tell me, what are the two files that you are modifying? Tomcat users.xml and context.xml. Very good. And also I asked you to try with the playbook. That's already done, huh? Huh? You guys done. How about you online? Did you try deploying Tomcat? Tomcat now in blood. Did anyone try it online? Setting up Tomcat with playbook? It's okay, Chandan. How about others? No worries. So what we're going to do is today, let's do the project. Okay. Sure. So that project was, if you remember, let me somewhere I put it right. Okay, this is the one. So first of all, before this, let me go and set up the machines. Okay. So I already in the previous class, in previous classes, I've already set up this Ansible and all. But what I did, I just terminated everything, right? So can you tell me in this case, how many machines that you want me to set up? 3 are fine, no? One is for Ansible and then Jenkins and Ansible, another 2 machines for Tomcat. Enough, no? And can you integrate Sonar and then access S3 if required to that pipeline? Yes or no? Nice. Good. So how many machines that I launch here now will go with what? 3 machines. Okay, let's launch. We already discussed about this project yesterday, right? So let us launch and I'll tell you again. So we'll go with Amazon Linux 2. T2 micro and go with 730 PM batch. I go with 1A security group. How many missions will launch? 3. So let me explain the project. So in this project, what we do is, anyways, we have the code in the GitHub, that Java, the Hotstar application, right? And what we do is we will set up Jenkins. No, we did. So these are all based on the real time that we did. Okay, so we'll set up a Jenkins and then Ansible. First, we'll set up the Jenkins. And then what we do, here we launch two EC2 instances, right? But I will not be setting up Tomcat manually at all. So I will use Ansible. What? I'll use Ansible to go and deploy or to go and install Tomcat and all the machines. So for that, what I need to do, I need to write a playbook or not. So we don't need to write the entire playbook because it's very big. We can just copy paste the entire playbook. So you guys have already done that. Okay. So listen this carefully. So this Ansible will go and install Tomcat and all the machines. What it does first, it will install the Tomcat. What is that? Install Tomcat. Uh, Install Tomcat on where? One second. Just a second, guys. Huh? Online, just a second. Yeah, I'm not talking. Just a minute. So there is some production issue. So I'm just helping them online here. Okay. Okay. Let it come. Okay. Sorry for this break. Okay. So I was saying here, Jenkins. So we'll be launching how many missions here? 3 missions. How many missions, guys? 3 missions. And then on first mission, we'll go with what? Jenkins. And then we'll install what? Ansible. Yeah. Yeah. I'll finish this off and come. Better. Yeah. I'm not seeing anything. I'm finishing it. Just a second. We did put it in everyone. All right. Okay. Thank you for waiting. So looks like this is resolved. Thank you. Okay. So let me explain the project and thank you for your patience for waiting. Okay. See here. So I was telling, yeah, Karthik, that issue unnecessarily will not mix up here. Let's concentrate on this, but we'll talk later on that. Okay. So here we have how many machines? Three machines. How many machines? Three. So on the first machine, I go with what? Jenkins and then Ansible master. And then two machines I have here. Those are Tomcat. Those are what? Tomcat. So what I'll do is here. First, what we do is we'll set up as usual. First, we'll install Jenkins here. Hmm? And then what we do? We install Ansible. And from this Ansible, what we can do? We can set the SSH connection on these two machines. So all the password root, setting up all these things, we'll do it first. So the main agenda for this project here is, previously we used to use Jenkins to deploy the var file into the Tomcat. Listen carefully. So in our previous projects, we installed the Tomcat manually. And how many machines were there before? Tomcat machines? Only one. If you want multiple Tomcat machines, then in this case, we can use what here? Ansible. So in this project, what I do is I don't use Jenkins to deploy the Tomcat var file here. Instead of that, I'll use Ansible. These are plain machines, but using Ansible, I'll go and install Tomcat here through a playbook. After that, once we run the Jenkins pipeline, Maven will generate the var file, right? That var file, what I do, I'll copy that var file. I'll write a playbook to copy the var file into these machines. That is task one. And then if I copy that here to the Tomcat, so my application is deployed or not? In Tomcat, there is a folder directory called web apps. Inside this, if you put the var file, automatically application will be deployed. That is one way. But this is manual or not? Because here, how many playbooks I need to write? Two playbooks. One playbook is to install Tomcat. Another playbook is to copy var file. But these two playbooks I need to run manually. Is it good to run it manually? No. So then I use what? I'll use what here? Jenkins. So I'll write the playbook. I'll write the Jenkins pipeline. You have the steps, Maven package, clean package. After that, what I do is I'll write one more stage, Ansible, and these two playbooks are there. No, these two playbooks, I'll put it in one location. I'll write a stage to run these playbooks automatically using Jenkins pipeline. So whenever I start the Jenkins pipeline, automatically that Ansible playbook will run. In that Ansible playbook, what will happen? Anyways, Tomcat installation is done. Next time installation will not happen. And what will happen next? The var file will be deployed automatically on the Tomcat. So first I'll show you manual method, and second time I'll show you the Jenkins pipeline automation method. Clear the project? Shravani? Clear? Online, everyone clear about the project? And in meanwhile, what you can include, you can integrate what? Sonar and then Nexus and S3 if required. Super. So what we do now? So I have set up the three machines. What are the three machines here? Jenkins, Ansible master plus Jenkins. Client 1 and client 2. So I have connected to these three machines now. So let us go and set up first. What we need to set up first? Jenkins. So before that, we need to set the host names and everything. So let's go with what here? Sudo hyphen yes. Host name ctl set hyphen host name. Jen and Jen. Okay, Jen and okay. Yeah. So what I'll do is here I call it as Jenkins Jenkins Ansible. Okay. Sudo hyphen I. Okay, that is one thing. Ansi Jenka. Jeng Sang. Nice names. Okay, so here also what we do, sudo hyphen yes. Host name ctl set hyphen host name. I call it as Tomcat. Oh, here I call it as what here? Instead of I call it as here Tomcat 1. This one I call it as Tomcat 2. So should I call it as here Tom 1? Okay. Tom 1 sudo hyphen I. Nice. Should I call this as, okay, let's go sudo minus yes, and then host name cdl set hyphen host name and Tom 2 sudo hyphen I. Let's go to the first machine, and then what I need to set up, what I need to install here, Jenkins. Let's go and install the Jenkins first. Copy it and then call it as jenk.sh. sh. Okay. And on these two machines, should we touch anything here? I will not be touching anything because I want to install the Tomcat through Ansible, through Playbook. Okay, so let us install Jenkins, and then after that we'll install Ansible also. After installing Ansible, what we do? We'll set up that SSH. Installing Jenkins. And then we need to install what? Ansible. So I wrote Ansible here also. So let's go one by one. Okay, this is nice. And then let's go and install what? Ansible. And we need to install what? Python also. That's why we're installing Python 3 also. Okay. And then what we do? Let's go with this IP address and then open. Which one? Jenkins. Okay. Cat. Nice. So, okay, once we set up, what we do is after this, what we do, we'll write one Jenkins pipeline till where? Clean package, Maven clean package, so that it will generate what? WAR file. So for Ansible playbook, what we need to have the WAR file as an input or not. So first we'll create a Jenkins and then set it up. So somewhere I wrote everything for you here. So Nexus and all, you can set it up by yourself. Project. First, let's set up and then go. Okay. Meanwhile, when it is coming up, what we do, Nana? Should we set up SSH connections? Keep on telling me. So go to multi-X. What do we do first? PASSD. Which one? Root. root 1, 2, 3. I'll go. Root 1, 2, 3. Next. VI etc SSH SSHD conf. Number 38. Go here and then 61. Okay, next. System CTL restart SSD. Okay. And then what if host name minus I? Okay, we'll drop the multi-x. And then what do we do next? SSH hyphen keygen. SSH hyphen keygen. Okay. Okay. Next. SSH hyphen copy ID root at the rate private IP of the first one. Visible? Huh? Yes. Root 1, 2, 3. Next. Yes. And then here root 1, 2, 3. Fantastic. After that, VI, etc, Ansible, and then host file. So go here and then create a group and then put the IP address. And then, okay, done. Yes. Okay. So what we need to do now? Hmm? Hmm? Jenkins pipeline. Should we go with? So guys, the project is in front of you. You need to tell me here everything now, right? Let's go with the Jenkins pipeline. And then so let's create a Jenkins pipeline. And then what we do, we'll create a pipeline and we'll generate the WAR file and keep it. Okay, tell me. So new item, call it as project. Which one? Pipeline. Okay. Okay. Go ahead. Pipeline. Agent. Any. Stages. Yeah. So stages. Okay. And then stage. And I call it as checkout. And then. Yes. And then get. And then we need to give the URL. Nice. Next stage. Stage. Come. Steps. Here. SH. Maven. Clean package. After this, here what we need one more stage. What I do? Running. Which one? Ansible playbooks. and then steps. And for now, what I do? Echo, I'll put it. Echo Tomcat deployed, something. So let's save and then run. Okay. So after this, what we need to do? Write a playbook for what? Yes. Exactly. So meanwhile, while it is coming up, what we do here, we need to write a playbook. So PI, I call it as what? Tomcat dot YML. Where I'm now in the router. Hey, no problem. So Tomcat dot YML. Okay. So I'm showing you here our Tomcat, this one. See, Tomcat name, setup, Tomcat, host, all become yes task. What's the first task here? Name, download the Tomcat from DLCD. Yes, we need to download it or not? Huh? So here, today only, not today. Huh? 35, exactly. So those who are saying 35, that means you have done the practicals. Yes or no? Because Tomcat has released the another next version. Which one is that? 35. So here simply instead of 34, what do you do? 35. So 35. So that's why I have changed to the again renaming to the Tomcat so that no need to change anywhere else. Okay. See here. And then what is the module that we are using here? Get URL. And then what's the parameters? URL. So this is the URL, and then this entire ZZ file will be stored inside the root. Okay, next, as it is ZZ, what we need to do? We need to untar it. So what's the module I'm using? Command and then untar it. So once you untar it, it will create a Apache-Tomcat 10.35, 1.35. Is it good to keep that much big one? So let's rename that directly to just Tomcat. So again, I'm using which module? Command module. You can use command module, shell module, raw module. Remember? So here, move to what is the directory here? Tomcat. And then what the Tomcat need? Java. So I'm installing the installer latest Java here, Java 17 I'm using. What's the module? Name Java 17 state present. And then remember, we need to modify how many files? 2 files. What are those? Tomcat users.xml and then context.xml. So what I'm doing here is two things that use. You can use Jinja templates here. Yes or no? Someone said Sumalika or someone on the before. So I showed you with the Jinja templates how to copy it. And then on that day, Sumalika and someone said, sir, why can't you use copy option? What I can use? Like a concept of source and destination. We can use that, right? So here also I'm not creating any Jinja templates here, but I'm using a module called template. Source is what here? Tomcat users.xml. Source meaning I should be having the file in my local machine or not. So what what is the simple trick I did is inside this machine, right? So I'm not doing anything. Inside this machine, do you have any files here? I'll keep Tomcat users.xml, context.user.xml here, modified one. Already modified one. And what I do, I'll copy this one to Tomcats. Instead of going there in remote machine and go and modify, edit it, simply what you do, in your local machine, keep the modified files and then copy. Better no? Right? So for that reason here, I need to create how many files? 2 files. What are those 2 files? So here, for your reference purpose, I've already context.xml and then Tomcat user. So what do you need to do? You just need to create these 2 files in the local machine. And then what does it do now? So this is a file will be copied into the Tomcat directory in conf in Tomcat users where it was there. It will replace or not. Same thing for context.xml. So after that, what we need to do? We need to start the service or not. So if you want to start the service, you need to copy this entire content here. What's the module I'm using here? So create Tomcat systemd service file. So we need to create a service file here. So copy destination to this service tomcat.service. So we need to copy this entire content. And once you copy the content, you are reloading the entire process and you are starting the Tomcat service. Service Tomcat state started enabled. Yes. Is the same thing you did? Same, huh? Very nice. Understood online? Understood the playbook? City online playbook understood? CC? Fantastic. So what I do simply, I'll take this. And then let's create a file. Okay, what is that? vi tomcat.yml. Go here and then paste it. So guys, the working playbook, I wrote it here. I wrote everything with the hands because if you copy paste from your ChatGPT or Google, so definitely you will get the errors. So I'll keep this in your Google Classroom. You can use this here. Okay. So last three steps are okay. Sumalika, see here. What is the first step? First task is doing what? What is the first task? Downloading it. Second task, untarring it. Third, rename the Tomcat. Next, installing Java. Next, yes, I'll create. I'll not run the playbook, Chandan. First, we'll create. And then here, setting the roles in Tomcat users. So we have a source, we have it right. So we'll keep this file in our local directory. And then context.xml also. Next, what we are doing, we are creating a service file. What we are creating? Generally, we have nginx.service, tomcat.service. So here we are creating the tomcat.service and putting some content here to start up to start the. But basically, see, if you have done, you said like you have done the Tomcat manually, right? How did you started the service? In the bin directory, you have startup.sh, right? But when you're writing the playbook, how do you tell that to go and start the particular service? So all this information we will write in the tomcat.service file. Okay. So, and then what we do, we are starting the Tomcat service. Okay. So Malika. And then what we do, we save it. So we have our file here, but will you execute this? Will you run the playbook? No, what we need to have here, we need to have the files or not. So what are the two files that we do? One is tomcat users.xml, vi, enter, go here and then copy it and then paste it. Do you see on the bottom, what's the password I have given? Root 123456. What is the username? Tomcat. So we need to create one more. Which one? Context.xml. Copy. So we have deleted those lines. Nice. Can I run the playbook now? Yes or no? If I run the playbook, what will happen? Ansible hyphen playbook. Which one? Tomcat dot. If I run the playbook, what will happen? Tomcat will be set up on the remote machine, on the client machines or not? On Tom1 and Tom2. Let's do. Only Tomcat install, but did it deploy our war file? It will not deploy the war file. Where is our war file? In Jenkins, which directory? Target directory. We go there and then we'll write one more playbook called copy. Which one? War file. Which command which module we'll use? Copy module. Fantastic. Do you see? Plain run. But believe me, when I'm finding out this playbook, I got so many errors, so many errors. You also got a? And I was resolving in the night one by one to show you this project. And then finally, I'm giving you the working playbook. Okay. That's Ranjan also got. See, that's what I said. That is the thing I said yesterday. If you have done the practicals by yourself, this kind of exploring topics, you will get so many errors and you'll be learning from the errors. Okay. And slowly, one by one, you need to resolve the issues. Okay. So how do I know our Tomcat is installed or not? How do I check? Go to our which machines? Client machines, Tom1, Tom2, take it, put it here, and then working on port 80, 80. Ready? Tomcat. So on the two machines, Tomcats are installed or not? Yes. Now what we need to do? Our pipeline is also success or not? Now let's go to our Jenkins machine. Where should I go now? Target. Where? CD? Var? Hmm? Hmm. Hmm. Workspace. What's the build name? What's the build name? Project and inside the target. So we have the var file here. Fantastic. Now we'll write one file here. We'll write one thing here. So what is the playbook that I need to write here? Copy from source to destination. Destination meaning which where Tomcat. So in destination, which directory we have installed the Tomcat? /root /root /Tomcat /web apps. Inside that you need to place this var file. Let's write a playbook here. Tell me. I call it as deploy.yml. Dash. You know this, right? We can write by ourselves. Name. We are in the target, Somalika. Yes. Name. Deploying var to Tomcat servers. What, Babu Buji? Why are you creating here? We are in the target, sir. You need to have the source file. No, source file is your var file. Okay, you can be in any place, no problem. Okay, Somalika. Not necessary that I should be in the target directory. You can be in anywhere, but in the source, we'll put the entire path. Right. Okay, next here. Host all. And then we are not installing, no? Not really. Okay, next task. Hyphen name. So what is the name? Copying var file to Tomcat servers. What's the command? What's the module? Copy module. What's the command here? src. So where is your file? Var lib Jenkins. We could have copied, no? Otherwise you get errors, huh? Work space. Guys, watch out my spelling mistakes. Okay. Workspace. Project target / myapp.var file. Destination /root /tomcat /web apps. Okay, na? Ready? If I run the playbook, what will happen now? Let's log in. Let's go inside this. Tomcat root 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do I have any application here? Same thing. Tomcat root 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do we have any here? So now once I copy this Ansible hyphen playbook, which one? Now it will be copied into that directory and automatically my application is deployed or not. Remember, in Tomcat, what happens is you can go here and select the part and click on here, deploy, or else put that WAR file into that web apps and automatically it will get deployed. That's the beauty of Tomcat. So now what I do, if I refresh, I should be getting it here or not? Let's see. Ooh, do you see this? My deployed or not? So guys, we have done the deployment using Ansible. See how many different things, right? Okay, now little bit more thing we'll do now. So here I'm running the playbooks manually. So instead of that, what I need to do? I need to write a pipeline so that when I write a pipeline, automatically pipeline will pick up these Ansible files, playbooks, and it will deploy to the Tomcat. Do I need to run the Tomcat .yaml? Oh, one time is set up. Okay. Okay. So now what I need to do? What's the next thing? Hmm? Write the pipeline. So before writing the pipeline, so does the Jenkins knows Ansible? What do we need to do? Install plugin. Logic, no? You no need to worry about what I need to do next. So based on the logics, you go. So what's the next step here? We need to install the plugin. Go to the here and then manage Jenkins, plugins, available plugins, and then here, Ansible. Which one? You're using what here? Ansible. Click on here. Better to always restart. Okay, so let's log in. We have installed. So we have installed the plugins, but what we need to do is to go to manage Jenkins, and we need to go to tools where, and we need to put the path of the path of the Ansible. If we come down, do you see Ansible is installed here? Add Ansible. What's the environment name? I call it a variable name is Ansible. And path here is, where is your Ansible? Under the bin directory. Say that. Very important. /bin. Don't put like this also. Put only /bin. So click on save. So now Jenkins knows where is Ansible. So what Jenkins need to do? Jenkins need to run the playbooks or not? What's the command to run the playbook? Ansible -playbook. That commands will be under bin. So Jenkins will go to the bin directory and will run the Ansible -playbook. So that is the configuration that we have given. Now Jenkins will run the playbook, but Jenkins need to have connection to Tomcat servers or not? Credentials. Ansible has a connection, but the Jenkins has connection. So we need to give the Jenkins connection here, right? So where we need to go? We need to create the credentials or not? Go to credentials, global, add credentials. What is the username? The Jenkins need to log into the machine. What is the username of our EC2? What is the username for our Linux machine? What is the password that you have set? Root. What is that here? Root. What is the password I have given? 1 to 3 only, no? I call this as Linux credentials. Now let's go and write the playbook. So before that, what I do, I'll undeploy our application here. I'll undeploy the application because our pipeline need to deploy. No, we did it manually. So undeploy. No my app. Okay. Here also undeploy. So do you have any application here? Okay. Now let's go and write the pipeline. So before I write the pipeline here, so what we need to do is what is the default directory of Ansible? etc Ansible. Which one? So we have our deployed.yml, right? Where is the deployed.yml? Somewhere in targets. So what we do is, it's always best to keep all the YAML files under default directory. What's our default directory? etc/Ansible. For roles also etc/Ansible/roles, right? Okay. What's the command to move or copy, deploy? Linux command. Okay. My question here is, I have deployed.yml here. I want to move this to /etc/Ansible. What's the command I should use? Linux command. MV, tell the friend. MV, which one? Deploy where? Ansible. क्यों भाई इतना? Huh? Go to that /etc/Ansible. We have our deploy.yml. Sorry. Okay. Deploy.yml here. Okay. So now what we do is, let's go and write our pipeline. So we have installed the Ansible plugin, right? And we have configured the tools also, right? Okay. So now what we do, pipeline syntax, because we don't know, right, how to write it here. So I call it, go to pipeline syntax. And which one's Ansible playbook? Ansible tool, we already created Ansible, right? In tools, we have given the name called Ansible. Playbook file path in workspace. Where is our playbook? In which path we have the playbook? Slash Ansible. Slash, which one is that? Deploy dot. Guys, names correct. Deploy.yml. Deploy.yml. Where is our inventory path? Where is our inventory path? Which file is that? If someone asks you this question, if you are silent like this, they'll ask, who taught you Ansible? Remember, which is your inventory file? etc Ansible host. Say that 3 times. फिर से. Which is your inventory file? What is the path of your inventory file? Where are all the Ansible configurations will be there? Which file is that? Ansible.cfg. Ansible.cfg. Okay. Next, SSH connection. We already created, right? Linux scripts. Select that. Vault not required. All these things not required. So we'll just disable the host SSH key check. The fingerprint not required for us. Click on generate. Okay. What we do now? Copy this, remove this, and then paste it. Save. Now, if I run the pipeline, what will happen? What will happen? Can you tell me what the pipeline is doing, first of all? That Ansible part. Okay. So we have given 2 things here. One is deploy.yml. So what it does, it will take the var file and then it will deploy to the Tomcat. But why did I give /etc/Ansible/host file? Jenkins should know where this war file need to be copied, So for that reason, I have given the inventory there. Understood now? So if I run this pipeline, so what will happen? The war should be automatically deployed to the Tomcat servers or not? Let's do build. Let's see our luck. And by the way, when I was doing this by myself, uh, it it is taking little bit time to show that my app in the Tomcat. Let's see. But in the meanwhile, can you also integrate Sonar Cube and then Nexus, S3 and all or not? Do you see now? Ansible playbook is running, gathering facts, copying war file to the Tomcat servers. See. Oh, do you see this finished pipeline? It is success or not? So now do you see this nicely? Your playbooks are running in the Jenkins. You understood? So how I'm integrating multiple DevOps tools to the Jenkins, right? Fantastic. Now if I go here, /manage. So if I refresh, do you see? If I refresh, not showing, right? So because it has what this temporary session token. So let's take this again. Close it. I'll open a okay. Continue. Which one? Tomcat. Road 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. It's not there. See? So this is what I was thinking, but don't worry. It will take a little bit time. But meanwhile, let's run the pipeline again. But do you see any error here? No errors. It will come, but it will take little time. So what's the second machine here? Copy. Colon. Tomcat. Oh, do you see? And there we go. Successfully deployed to Ansible. How is the project? Interesting, no? Even more interesting projects are coming up. I promised you on the day one only. We'll be doing something differently completely, not like others. Right? So multiple things. Yes, Sumalika. So will you able to do this project? Online? Nice. Super. Will you able to do this project? Online CC? Exactly. Correct, Bibek. Bibek, I replied to your email. Did you saw that? You are selecting wrong region. So here during direct Tomcat deploy, we use Tomcat root 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And during deploy through Ansible, we use Linux crates. So guys, here Tomcat root 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we have deployed using tomcat.yml. Jenkins is connecting to the Tomcat servers using SSH root and then password. So Tomcat root 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is different. And this SSH root 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 is different. So that one is to connect to the machines and this one is to connect to the Tomcat. Yeah. Fantastic. So guys, what I want you to do is here is I'll upload the things for you, but do you need that steps also? Not required. So use your brains, but still I'll upload it. But what you have to do is take this as a project, Ansible project, and then set up the entire pipeline. So integrate what? Sonar Cube, integrate Nexus, and integrate S3. I can say either Nexus or S3, but you do both because you will get a practice. And then also use Ansible. Fantastic, no? Like this, can you do n number of Tomcats deployment or not? Just put the Tomcat IP addresses in the inventory file. That's it. Hundreds also will be done just like that. That is the power of Ansible. With this, congratulations, we have successfully completed Ansible. One more milestone for you. And the wait is over. And we all welcome to the next powerful that made the history in the nowadays DevOps in this buzzword. That tool is like a king. And the entire evolution started happening with this king only. And the king number one is Mr. Docker. Right? So from the next class will be on Monday. Okay? I purposefully gave the gap because we have been doing a lot of boom boom, right, continuously. So yes, as Vidit said, Docker 0 to hero. He always say this. Jenkins 0 to hero, right? Tomcat 0 to hero. Git to 0 to hero. All the series, right? Right. So yes, 0 to hero. You know. Yeah. I'll show that tower is not required, Ranjan. So if you want, I'll just show you a few things there later. Mail me. It's a web-based UI that answers. There is something called Ansible Tower. What is that? So whatever that we are doing here, uh, whatever we are doing, everything through commands or not playbooks. But Ansible Tower is a web-based UI for managing this Ansible task in a big scale. Which one is that? Ansible Tower. Ansible Tower. Ansible Tower. Yeah. So, very good. Why you not go to YouTube? You get good subscribers. I get more subscribers than YouTube here. You're all my subscribers only. Yes or no? You subscribe me for 4 months, no? Yes or no? You subscribed me for 4 months already, right? Yeah. Mail me, Ranjan. You famous in all states, sir. Okay, nice. All right. So, you guys are superb, as I always said. This is one of the powerful batch. And whatever we have learned till now, we call it as monolithic. What is that? Monolithic meaning, yes, Abhishek, that is enterprise tool. Yeah. So monolithic, I'll tell you the difference between monolithic, but from next class onwards, we'll go with microservice. What's that? Mono, single. Remember. So everything is in one machine only. If something goes wrong with that application, everything is gone. But whereas we have something called microservice, the applications are divided into different microservices. If something goes wrong with one microservice, the entire application will not go down. Only that particular service will also only will down. Example. So we introduced, we had phone pay, but in DevOps we introduced boom pay. Remember, in phone pay we have different services or not? Yes or no? We have different services. What are the few services? Tell me. Payments, insurance, uh, payment histories, etc. Boom pay, okay, recharge and all. Everything is a service or not? So do you think that entire phone pay is the only one application? In previous olden days, we used to set up the entire application. If you open the application, service, everything is like a function only inside it. If something goes wrong with the application, the entire phone pay is down or not? That is called monolithic. That is called what? Monolithic. So now what we do is, you have the application, but insurance is separate service. Payments, separate service. Credit cards, separate service. Insurances, separate service. We are calling multiple services in one single page. Now tell me, if something goes wrong with insurance, entire phone pay will be down. Huh? Only that particular service is down. And what is that service called? Microservice. And how do you set up that microservice? Using Docker. Using what? Docker. Of course. Mm. Ah. Mm. 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 No, that is ticketing system. That is different. No, that is incident management, but the process is same. Exactly what you said is correct. But the thing is, something goes wrong. So developers or DevOps engineers will not go ahead directly there and then solve it. Everything should be like a tracked and recorded. That we call it as incident management. What's that? Incident management, change management, release management. We have told this already in overview of DevOps, right? They will create a ticket first. L1 team will check it. L2 they will do it, and they are not able to resolve. It will go to the L3. So those are the people that who will be the experts on all the concepts. So they'll be working and fixing the issue. Hmm? Okay. Jira tool they're using here. Hmm. Hmm. That is license based. We cannot use it here. Jira. Yes. So Grafana, Docker, also in our server. Can you please share some more Docker? AWS Cloud. Ranjan, you are my new student or previous student? AWS guy. New, that's okay. But if you are a new, I don't recommend to go with the documents. If you go with the documents, it's similar like going through YouTube channel. So what I recommend is Ranjan, those guys, how many are new people? Doesn't know AWS? Online, put it in the chat. Only two people. Three. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So hardly 10 members out of 80, 90 people here in the batch. So what I recommend for you is all the new people, I will be starting a new batch soon in the morning times in a matter of 2 weeks. Okay. So what you can do is join that course, and that course is AWS and DevOps, DNA, DevOps and AWS. But first 2 months, 2.5 months, I'll be teaching what? AWS. Anyways, you guys have covered DevOps from me here, and there you enjoy classes for the first 2 months on AWS. Then you will get the full-fledged about the entire course. Okay, new people. Okay, then you will be perfect on the entire course. Fantastic. Ranjan, okay.